Hello, and thank you for joining us today for our webinar about MSc Quantity Surveying and MSc International Construction Project Management at Glasgow Caledonian University. We're joined today by Charlie Russell, who's our Associate Dean International, who will give us an overview of GCU. Farhad is our Programme Leader for both Quantity Surveying and International Construction Project Management. He'll go into more detail about programmes and the learning experience here. And last but not least, we will be joined by some of our recent students. So we have Saurabh, who is one of our current students of MSc Quantity Surveying, and we should be joined by Wilfred, who is Student Association Vice President, who recently completed the MSc International Construction Project Management, and they'll be able to share their first-hand experience of studying the programme. Feel free to ask any question in the chat box on your screen. And without any further ado, I'll hand you straight over to Charlie.
Thanks very much, Jenny, and welcome everybody to this webinar. I'm very excited that you're here to find out about our Masters in Quantity Surveying and International Construction Project Management. They're very, very popular programs, and we think that they're really some of the best things that we offer at GCU, actually. So great to have you here. I'm the Associate Dean for International in the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment. And it's really my pleasure to welcome you to Glasgow. Obviously, you're not here yet, but I want to welcome you, and I will welcome you in person when you join us. Glasgow's a great city. It's got a great history. It's a city that is built on this big river you can see in the top right picture, the River Clyde. It was a very industrial city. It was a sort of engine of the Industrial Revolution. It's the biggest city in Scotland. It's one of the biggest in the UK, but it's gone through a huge amount of change, and it's very popular now for its education. That's one of our strongest elements, but we have a lot of commerce still, and also entertainment and retail. So it's a sort of thriving, growing city. It's growing again, and a lot of companies are investing in Glasgow, and it's growing. So it's also a fun place to be, and as a student, there's a lot of life to enjoy in Glasgow. The other pictures here are on the River Clyde. We have a big stadium, which is it's a concert venue, and it's just very scenic. This one here at the top is the City Chambers, which is a very impressive building for the local council. So our university is the University for the Common Good, and we're very proud to be the top modern university in Scotland. So we're a top modern university for skilled employment. We are currently 40th it says 69th there, but we actually we've recently topped that we're now 40th university in the UK by the Guardian rankings. And at the heart of what we do are our sustainable development goals, which very much drives our research, but also in our teaching. We're very much a civic university, so we link very tightly with the businesses and organizations that work in Glasgow, really servicing them with people to support their companies. And we have very high employment outcomes in our school. So we have a lot of international partnerships around the world. So it's a diverse campus. It's a modern campus. It's very friendly. And we also have, we're proud to be an Athena Swan Institute, which basically means that we have been commended and recognized for our commitment towards gender equality, which is something we hold dear, and it's important to what we do. That's a picture of the campus. It's a modern place, and it's been upgraded, and we're continuing to work on it, but it's a easy flow place. It's right in the city centre. It's very close to the main bus station in the city, and it's very close to the main railway stations as well. So you can get anywhere from the campus within about 5 minutes, and you can be on a bus or a train, and it's only about 20 minutes to the airport. So it's a very connected, convenient place to be in the city. There's also a number of schools that the university has, and I'm sorry this slide's kind of a little bit funny with the writing, but our school is one of 3 in the Glasgow campus. We also have a campus in London, which these courses are also taught in. So we're, we're very, sort of right in the center of the campus, our building, and we have a number of different departments and quite a strong number of degree programs in the master's suite. Obviously, we're quite an applied university, so we have a lot of labs in the engineering space and applied sciences in particular in our school. They're pretty up to date, and we're well serviced with technicians and support staff. Just gives you a bit of an idea about the different degrees that you're coming to. Obviously, these are just the master's programs within our school. So there's a quite a thriving number of students and different cultures on the campus and different disciplines. So you get to mix and match, and obviously that's a very valuable, enriching experience for the future. We also have support from accrediting professional bodies. All our programs are underpinned by these accredited bodies, which is really useful for you when you finish your master's. You've got an accredited degree that can support with your chartership, which is actually highly regarded by the majority of employers that we speak to. We have research in our school, and across the university, which underpins a lot of our research, which is it keeps us current. So many of the staff, most of the staff, have some research interest and are keeping up to date with what's new, and that's an important aspect of also what we do. And we have a range of different societies. Particularly in our school, we have the racing society. There's an engineering society. There's a built environment society. And that's just within the school. There's obviously a broader student body that have a range of interests and societies that and clubs that may be of interest to you when you're here. So student support is obviously something that we're known for. We put a lot of effort into that, and it's one thing that we're probably better able to provide than many of the other more local universities. You get very, very strong support from our academics. We're very approachable. We have pretty much an open door policy. You don't have to struggle to get a meeting with one of us, and the teams are really very much student focused. We've got an excellent library. It's very well stocked and provisioned and modern. Obviously, there's hard copy books, but there's a huge resource of online materials. So we also have personal support, and then we have a health and wellbeing service, which is another campus service for you. And then we have a careers development suite, which career services are really helpful. And we do a lot of work with supporting students in developing their personal skills and career development for employability. And we have a work experience hub on the campus, which is a sort of one-stop shop to finding works. And we have interactive tools and other support. So CV letter and CV builder, covering letter, CV builder, interview simulator. We do. We have a company directory, and we can support you with that, and also practice psychometric and aptitude tests. So they really get you ready for the employment space. We also have some very close by accommodation, the Caledonian Court. So plenty of accommodation nearby, and student campus accommodation. And the final thing is really just to say you're part of a really a thriving, beautiful country. Scotland's a very attractive country, lots of beautiful scenery, lots of interesting places, very close by. You don't have to travel very far. Within half an hour, you can be at Loch Lomond, an hour, you can be in the mountains, or you can be in Edinburgh. And Glasgow itself is a wonderful, vibrant city. So with that, I just really want to thank you. I'm going to hand over to Farhad now, and I look forward to seeing you on our campus very soon. Thank you, Farhad.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the webinar. So before I start with the slides, I just wanted to give you just a little bit background about myself. So my name is Farhad, and my background is architecture. I actually was an international master's student here at GCU in 2014. When I started doing my MSc in construction management. After I completed my MSc, I started my PhD right away. And after that, a couple of years ago, I started as a lecturer in building information modeling and construction technologies in general digital construction. So to give you an overview about these two programs, first, the reason that I'm basically covering these two programs at the same time, because there are some modules that are basically shared between these two specific programs. These programs operate on our both campuses, Glasgow and London. We accept full-time, part-time, and distance learning students in these programs. In general, these programs, both of them consist of 8 modules, and the dissertation modules. The modules will run in trimester A and B, and the dissertation runs in trimesters A, B, and C. I will just explain it in detail in the next slides. There are some program-specific modules, and there are also some shared modules between these two programs. Now, in terms of the International Construction Project Management, also known as ICPM, as you can see, there are 8 modules. The black-colored modules are program-specific modules. They are specifically for construction project management students. And the blue-colored modules are basically shared modules, which is shared between the ICPM and quantity surveying programs. And we also have the dissertation. As you can see, 4 modules is running in trimester A and 4 modules running in trimester B. And we have dissertation in trimester A, B, and C. Now, in terms of the quantity surveying, again, the 3 black-colored modules are program-specific. They are specifically for master students, QS, and the 5 other modules are basically shared with the ICPM program. And the quantity surveying students will also have the dissertation in trimesters A, B, and C. I will just explain it in the next slide. So the cohort-specific program, so we have full-time, part-time, and distance learning students, and students will start either in September or in January, depending on the applications. If the full-time students start in September will be trimester A. They will need to pass 4 modules. They will need to do 4 modules in trimester B. And subject to passing all 8 modules and the elements, they will basically proceed to the dissertation and do their dissertation in trimester C. So full-time students starting in September will basically complete their education in 1 academic year. We also have full-time students who start in January, which is trimester B. They will need to basically do 4 modules in trimester B. We don't have any classes for taught modules in trimester C. So it will be summer, and they can enjoy the summer, and they can have the time to themselves and do whatever they like to do. And in trimester A, which will begin January, they will need to do 4 modules. And then in trimester B, they will be basically proceeding with the dissertation, again, subject to passing all 8 modules and the relevant elements. For the part-time and distance learning students, we also have September and January start. So the part-time and distance learning students, they will do 2 modules per trimester. As you can see, if they start in September, trimester A, 2 modules, B, 2 modules. We don't have any classes trimester C. Trimester A and B, again, 2 modules each. And then they can start with the dissertation, and they can complete the dissertation in 2 trimesters. However, if they wish to complete it in 1 trimester, they can do it. For the part-time students and distance learning students who start in January, they will need again to 2 modules per trimester, and then they will have 2 trimesters to complete their dissertation. So the maximum duration for the part-time and distance learning students to do these programs is 2.5 years, and the maximum duration for full-time students to do these programs is 18 months. Now, in terms of the exit award, so both programs, as I mentioned, comprise 8 TAUT modules. Each module is allocated 15 credit points, and the dissertation module is allocated 60 credit points. If the students pass 4 TAUT modules and gain 60 credit points, and if they wish to leave the program, they will be awarded with the postgraduate certificate. If they gain 120 credit points by passing 8 TAUT modules, they will basically awarded with a postgraduate diploma. The first 2 exit awards excludes the dissertation. And if the students pass 180 credit points by passing 8 TAUT modules and the dissertation, they will be, sorry, it just moved. They will be basically awarded a Master of Science. And depending on the average of their mark, it can be with merit or with distinction. So now, in terms of delivery, the classes for the ICPM and QS master students are basically delivered as hybrid classes on campus and through the virtual learning environment, also known as GCU Learn. So we try to keep the classes, the online and on-campus classes at maximum 2 days. We also have other activities during the week, but the main classes will run on campus in 1 day, and they will be also online or recorded classes, again, via virtual learning environment on GCU Learn. So our intention is to keep it in 2 days and not increase it, just in case students want to do anything else during the week. So supportive sessions, we have lots of helpful and supportive sessions, like professional development, which is specifically run by the Glasgow Learning Development Center. And this is specifically for Glasgow students. And we also have master skills classes, which is similar to professional development. The content and the context is the same, and it's run by the London Learning Development Center. And this is specifically for London students, and it will be one session in just 1 day. We also have academic writing sessions for dissertation students. Students who start the dissertation module, they will be basically attached to these programs, and this is also run by the Learning Development Center on our both campuses, Glasgow and London. We also have enhancement session in our both campuses every 2 weeks. And the students have the opportunity to meet their fellow students, the previous students, the current and new students, and discuss things that is related to the module, to the study, etc. I will be in the sessions. If students have any questions, they can ask their program leader, which is I, and I will basically try to answer the questions. And they will also have the opportunity to meet the module leaders. As Charles said, it's basically open door policy, so they can book appointments with module leaders on these enhancement sessions during the day and meet the module leaders. We have other resources like library session for the MSc students, how to use the library resources, how to cite, how to reference, etc. We have the LinkedIn Learning sort of resource and for students, which is free for all GCU students. We also have a variety of different softwares, construction related software, if I want to be specific, which can be accessed through the GCU Apps Anywhere platform that we have here at GCU. Now, in terms of assessment, the modules, depending on the modules, it can be coursework, it can be online discussion boards or blogs, which is basically run through the virtual learning environment, GCU Learn. The coursework will also include software-based exercises. We have case studies, which basically coursework and software-based exercises are designed based on the case studies, and sometimes there are real-world projects. We have reports, again, related to the case study and the coursework. We have some of the modules have online tests, and we also have the dissertation at the end of the journey. Some of the online tests, for example, they did the online test for the management of safety, health, and environmental project risks is basically designed based on the CSCS, which is known as Construction Skills Certification Scheme test. And this is an opportunity for students. They can get the CSCS card if they want to get a job in the UK and work on construction sites. So this is a requirement. And some of the online tests will be basically designed based on this scheme. So this is the last slide. So I just wanted to talk about the other opportunities that we have for master students at the dissertation level. The image that you see on the slide is basically the point clouds collected from one of the buildings in our Glasgow campus, which is William Hawley building. So we have different technologies like 3D laser scanners. We have guest lecturers from, for example, Drone Scotland, etc., and also professional buddies. And I think I missed one of the slides. Oh, okay, I missed this one. So the professional bodies who accreditate the programs, we have Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, ICS, which is a top-ranked professional body. And we have Association for Project Management, APM, and we also have Chartered Institute of Building, which is CIOB. These professional bodies, usually we invite them and they come to our campus and they present sessions, and the membership is free for students. There are some conferences run by these professional bodies, which some of them are again free for students around the UK and even internationally. We also have some competitions run by some of these professional bodies, for example, CIOB, the Student Challenge, and they run also events for students and also professionals in the industry and more. So last point, this is the students at the dissertation level, they have the opportunity to interact with some new technologies within the construction industry like 3D laser scanner and drones. And they can help the staff to collect the data, and they can use the data in their research in terms of their dissertations. So I think that's me, and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for that, Farhad. That was really interesting. Next up, we have one of our current students on MSc Quantity Surveying, who is going to have a wee chat with us about his experience.
Hi all, so my name is Saurabh Gupta. I'm doing my MSc in Quantity Surveying from GCU. I'm an international student and I belong to India. I joined GCU in January 2023. So currently I'm doing my trimester B, and it's a nice experience still now to be in GCU. The campus is really very nice, and library is one of the best library that you will go across Scotland, having plenty of resources to read out to learn. It's up to a student. If you want to learn a lot, there is a lot of stuff to learn. You have plenty of access to the journals, to the articles, and the books. Also hard copies are available in library that you can go through, but most of the time if you'll go through online GCU Learn library access, you'll get plenty of resources. If you have any problem so you can be guided through librarians and all the module teachers whoever are going to teach you. That is really a nice experience till now. Also, there is online classes and on campus classes, so both are beneficial. It's you have to attend time to time, and every assignment will be briefed before submission, and all the guidance will be provided while doing the assignment. Also, the modules that we are getting to learn are very useful as per the construction situation that we are having currently, not only in UK but all over the world. So as Mr. Farhad explained about the modules, so all the modules are really good. Also, and there is apps anywhere through which you can have a plenty of software access that will be helpful to learn more about the technologies and more about the softwares that you have to deal out while doing your while working as either in quantity surveying or in project management. That will be helpful. Also, this lecturers, whatever we are going to have any issue regarding our studies or even our personal issues or some other issues, you can go to them, especially Mr. Farhad. I have been in touch with him during this trimester, and he helped a lot. He guided me, and time to time whenever I'm having issues, I just try to ask him, and he tell a lot about that you can go through this way and that way. Other lecturers are also really nice, like in previous trimester we were having Nicola ma'am, Mike sir, and John Louis, so all are very good. I had a good experience even with OB Wilfred. He's our vice president currently, and he was my previous classmate as well. So when I joined GCU, he's the first person I met, and he told me how to deal out, how to do your assignments, and also there are plenty of WhatsApp groups and Facebook groups. Generally, WhatsApp groups are very useful. There you'll get time to time touch with all the ex students who are pass out. They will tell you about the things that you can do your assignments or any discussion board if you're having any issues. They help a lot about this thing, and most of the time you will enjoy the campus. Even I love the library of GCU. That is the best part, and the cafeteria as well. You can go study anywhere wherever you want. You can be relaxed while studying, and there are some quiet areas in library where nobody will going to disturb you. You can have your own study in your own way. So all of these things have helped me a lot. So at the end, I just want everyone just to come here and enjoy your life and upgrade yourself, upgrade your knowledge. Hopefully, you people will going to like the campus of GCU and the way they are teaching. That's really nice. So that's me, Saurabh Gupta. Thank you to all.
Thank you very much for that. That was really interesting to hear. And our last speaker, saving our Student Association Vice President for last, we have Wilfred Obi.
Hello, everyone. My name is Wilfred Obi. I'm the Vice President representing the School of Computing, Engineering, and Built Environment. I've just graduated from the Department of International Construction Project Management. My graduation ceremony will be taking place just this November 29th, just next week, and I'm looking forward to it. So let me just share my experience. I had quite a very good experience in GCU while studying. All the lecturers are welcoming. They have this open door policy, and you can ask them questions, meet with them anytime, knock at their door, send them emails. Be sure that you get a reply immediately. I was quite amazed because the system here is quite different from where I'm coming from. I actually came from Nigeria, so I was quite impressed with what I saw. So it was a good experience for me. Dr. Farhad actually mentioned the CSCS card, talking about the safety course. I did that course, and immediately I finished that course, I went to write the exam for the CSCS card, and I passed it. In fact, I got 50 over 50. There was no other resources, that I used other than that class that I attended, and then the notes that were given to us, the slide. I went through them, So I'm just a testimony to that. That the course can help you to get your CS card immediately, and I've gotten mine as well because of that course. So having said that, I'm the vice president representing the student in the student association. We have a very robust, active, vibrant student association. You know, we are very inclusive, diversified, and then there's this equality. Everybody is equal, both home, international students. There is no segregation. And you can imagine coming from Nigeria to become a vice president in GCU is a big deal, you know. So it's to tell you how inclusive the school is, despite the fact that we have more than 80% of the students here are from Scotland, yet a minority is a vice president here. So it's to tell you that the school is quite very welcoming and inclusive. So as many that looking forward to joining GCU, you're welcome. It's a place you will never regret coming to. I never regretted coming here. I've enjoyed my stay, and I'm still enjoying my stay. You know, looking forward to my graduation. We have wonderful lecturers in the Department of Construction, you know, where I graduated from, and my supervisors, they were also very good. They taught me a lot. They were ready to answer any question you want to ask. In fact, they usually tell us that no question is a stupid question. They know you're coming from different background, so if you ask any question, they are ready to answer you. And the management, they have listening ear as well, you know, because of course I attend management meeting, you know, so most of the things or the issues we raise, they are keen to solve some of those problems. And it has been a very exciting role for me and exciting school to be. I'm quite very proud of GCU. I'm proud that I'm here. Looking forward to meet you guys when you're going to join us. That's me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Wilfred. I really appreciate your time this morning. I think everybody found it very interesting and helpful to hear from all our speakers today. We don't have any unanswered questions in the chat panel, so I'd just like to thank all the members of our panel who have joined us and spoken today. If anyone in the audience has any questions that come up later on, do feel free to email those in to us and we'll pick them up.